A very good afternoon, everyone. I am Jishtu from the School of Architecture and Design in Manipal University, Jaipur. Professor Dr. Madhura Yadav and I have prepared a review report on the application of augmented reality and virtual reality in architecture and planning. An overview. So I will start with a brief introduction of AR and VR. AR, augmented reality, is an overlay of data design and interpretation that is overlaid onto real-time data with digital support for an immersive perspective. Virtual reality is a holistic environment created with technological help and can immerse the person into his or her created space physically, but it is not real. It's a virtual environment. The presentation structure goes as such: a brief introduction, uh, a brief method introduction to how we've proceeded through this paper, literature study, and the discussion and conclusion, then the future prospects and the sources. The introduction. Architecture and urban design rely on a similar process that includes data collection and analysis, design decision, visualization, and evaluation. So, architecture and urban design more or less have the same process, which leads to the creation of a design or problem solving. AR has been developed for immersive and collaborative use in all of these stages to analyze the best design solution outcome in a better manner. Some of these processes are already in application. We use a lot of GIS systems and geo-collecting information for these purposes for the initial stages of design. Apart from using the simulation for the professionals, the application of these systems is also being evolved for the use of public, students in the field of design, and policymakers. A study of various research papers was conducted and summarized to review and analyze the current developments in simulated or algorithmic tools. The paper covers diverse topics under theory, concept, systems, tools, applications, and implications. The main application that was uh, due to which AR was introduced into architecture was because of mediation, like to communicate your designs to the clients. Methodology. The paper is a summarization report of utilization of AR and VR in the field of architecture, urban design, for an in-depth understanding of the potentials and challenges of technology. Main objective is to record the progress of these tools with a perspective specific to the design field and to understand its diverse applications and future prospects. Information was also compiled by going through 20 research papers on the subject cited of various scholars, published in conferences and readily available on the research websites. Um, the first paper was the papers were started in from a timeline from 2005 to 2019. So this whole paper is a compilation of the data collected between that. So digital and tangible sensation and augmented reality urban design studio. So here we were basically introduced in 2005 about the human computer interfaces, which is an immersive way of uh, communicating the professional and the client into the environment of the design. Then it also enhances the collaboration, which allows you a better communication way of ideating your designs to the user. And cognition, like you get a better perception of how you're understanding the um, proposed design, because the designs are usually made in 2D graphics, which includes of CAD plans and drawings, which are usually difficult for everyone to comprehend. Then it also introduces innovative ways of enhancing the design, the way we design, and what we design. The development of augmented reality as a tool in architecture and urban design. So in 2006, this paper, here we here we come to know about the various principles that augmented reality follow for implementing it in architecture. So at that time, they they used they for in the system was developed for the indoors, and it was very well, like it was giving out good results. But on the contrary, for the outdoor system, the hardware that was supposed to be set up and installed uh, were a lot. This person is carrying a laptop on his bag for the outdoor experimentation, where they were faced a lot of limitations, which included the GIS positioning, where the graphic markers that were placed on the building were not positioned, recognized properly, and also the sun glare that interrupted with their procedures. The techniques and strategies of visualization of complex 3D spatial data. Urban designing is a field which deals with a lot of data analysis, and that is usually till date done in 2 dimension. But with AR, data analysis is a comprehension of 2D geometric information could be done in 3D with the help of introduction of 3D city models to explore urban data. Urban data collection and visualization in multiple methods, which includes a real picture like implications, and also illustrative implications, which could show the various heat and gain of the buildings, and um, differentiating between the different streets and the densities of different areas. The next is the augmented reality aided design. This research was focused on visualization, mostly how to assist that, because to date, like most of our visualization is done on 2D paper and pen sketching, 3D isometrics, and specific direction towards utilization in architecture, and how this could be used in educating also, and like how to convey your design proposals to your professors. The next is the augmented reality in architecture and design, potential and challenges for application. So this basically explores the potential and applications, potentials and challenges that were faced during some of its prior applications. The key challenges are drawn for indoor and outdoor applications, which were usually glare or technical issues of for positioning. As a positioning, GIS positioning is a major part of the augmented reality. Then limitations were identified, and technological limitations made it like necessary for us to go for a robust system. Here in this paper, we come to a more portable, in 2014 we like this is focused on MAR, which is a mobile augmented reality. As everyone knows, mobile is is considered a portable computer, as it's a smartphone, and like we have been using it in a much compatible way. and it's portable also. So discovering using that as the display tool, and discovering multiple applications of MAR across various stages of architecture. So this the only issue here, limitations that were faced were the financial constraints of bringing AR into the practice. That was due to industrial adoption, uh, not a proper proof of concept, and for wide application, for a wide application, the production it needs to be accepted widely, and like for wide application, we need an industrial production of it. Then we come to Benchworks. This is one of the augmented reality design. Benchworks is a table. They have come with a sketchbook plus one, which is a augmented reality table, which is used to portray urban data in a 3D manner. Augmented reality research for architecture and design. The progress of AR and VR tools for design in 2005 to 11 is found here. The research reviewed its categorization into concept, implementation, evaluation, and industrial adoption. The conclusion that was derived was for a more specific utilization of these tools in domain knowledge is a must, and tools must not have explored much while considering the human factor. Then we come to this paper, which explores the tangible and the non-tangible environments for understanding the use of AR on site. Use of AR in initial decision-making process for both professionals and laymen alike. So here they experimented with the AR platform table, and on that too on site with the help of a display, with the help of a portable display device. The system researched is an augmented reality collaborative tabletop. The tool applicability is majorly considered for outdoors. This is for a collaboration between the professionals and the clients. Virtual reality in construction. So the paper that we worked on is covering up all the stages of design, starting from the initial concept phases of design to the end of construction and the maintenance part. Virtual reality in construction, engineering, computational technology. AR to AR can be used to detect hazardous faults and prevent casualties. Retic and Vicon are two automated simulations that deal within the constructional perspective. Utilization of these tools is to simplify the upcoming complex designs, and the performance of this building can be viewed pre-hand in case of calamities. So it can also be used to check the performance of the buildings in case of natural disasters or calamities, and to ensure safe passage. Virtual augmented reality in architectural design and education, an immersive multimodal platform to support architectural pedagogy. So in here we have taken the educational perspective. Um, educating students in architecture in India, it's a 5-year course, and uh, it's a very practical field, and sometimes we end up not gaining the practical part of the knowledge that we usually uh, learn in the offices and all. But through augmented reality, like an immersive model can be created, which could, um, help us analyze and understand um, the practical applications and the practical work, on-site work, and the on-site problems. And we can even solve the solutions. We can also give the solutions to the problem in real time. So interaction and immersion is what like is focused here, and the five significant systems elaborated include the HDM-AR, Hive 3D, HMD VR, Tangible AR, and SDAR. And then architecture, augmented reality techniques, and use cases in architecture and urban planning. Urban planning. So here we focus on the urban planning and the architectural visualization, and again the mediation and the communication. Then research lays focus on the smart portable mobile phones, and the components that are studied to make it successful and incorporate it are the computer software engineering, which creates the 3D model that is to be visualized, then the geolocating and extracting to find the location of the in real time, and detecting the user's orientation, like in which position are you standing, like that's your position and orientation from where you'll be viewing. And the last would be to overlay these and finally display them in a display device, which is in most case, in this case it's a mobile phone, in most cases it's a head system. Then visual interfaces and user experience, augmented reality for architectural education. So this is again a study done on the education, like how it can be incorporated for educating. So it's essential to explain the work process in architecture to juggle between multiple other disciplines to make a project feasible. They possibly mislead those not trained in the field. Um, Then in urban planning, we have AR has incorporated, due to AR, we have been able, and VR, we have been able to create city models, which creates a visual model to immerse in the design and make changes along the visualization. Photorealistic visualization aims at providing a real-like impression of the environment around. So if you designing urban design and architectural design also involves the professional also involves the person to visit the site and to actually experience the real environment and the real setting to actually be able to come up with a appropriate design which is suitable for the people who are living there. So for that, photorealistic visualization can be very helpful. Visualization of information and data, and illustrative and non-photorealistic visualization. Sometimes it's difficult to understand the things around, and but it could be like illustrated, like that is why we use illustrations a lot these days, because illustrative drawings are the best to understand and explain. The application of virtual reality technology in architectural for building constructions. In construction management, and it could also be used to like the train the people and make them more skilled, and it's also very efficient, and time is of real importance. So open-minded and progressive methods in teaching and architectural courses. VR technology is computer software designed by the authors for search purpose and presents 4D models. Then we come to the another study that is based on like how it could help in educational to how it can be an important educational tool in the architecture design studio. It also introduces this new type of environment or software, which is known as the cave, which is like in a enclosed environment to experience a 3D immersive design, broad understanding of the concept visualization, and VR, which helps promote changes in both education and architectural practice. A portable device for 5 sense augmented reality experience in museums. So this study was recently done, and this paper discusses, usually AR and VR is usually about two senses that we have, like two senses out of the five that we have, which are the visual sense and the hearing sense. So this paper, they want to move past that, and they wanted to include the other three senses um, for a better immersive experience in case of museum. Those three are feel, touch, smell, and taste. So feel and touch, we know that even when we use our phones, the vibrations and all, it's created by those. Smell is created by um, smell can be created by the essence that is left around, and the paper adds interesting possibilities that can be worked upon in practical in future. Then the last one is the learning assistant for architectural education. The paper discusses the need for a more creative and a perspective studying approach within the drastic changes of time. It discusses how the involvement of AR can change the education and methods of teaching, how we can move forward from a teacher oriented classroom to a student oriented classroom, where the student can choose the way in what he studies and in which way he method he would like to study it. The present scenario is teacher oriented, and teaching can change to student oriented. Then maintenance is also a vital aspect of post-construction process, which in most cases turns out to be tedious and the most expensive part of uh, throughout the building, throughout the course of a building. This research explores a cloud-based graph interface model to create an effective collaboration among the individual activities and the team that are connected to the server. And Internet of Things is what is used here. So these are the discussion that was derived, and AR and VR as tools for architecture and urban design have been theorized, conceptualized since 1967, the first research paper published by Schutz in 1967. Since then, various advancements have been made, and AR started to be in indoor settings while VR was used for visualization. From then to now, the progress in the workability and the application of these tools has been very slow paced, due to the reason that this technology has not been developed exclusively to suit this particular domain. The domain knowledge is what we focused was lacking here. And however, in recent years, certain softwares and hardwares have been developed for the specific use in design field, which explored immersive communication, real-time visualization, and data analysis. The scope of these tools have been explored more in concepts and experiments than work in the potential of the technology being used and industrial adoption. Um, create uh, So further, we can see that to create an immersive user interaction, which creates a presence of your design and immerse you into the project to experience the impact of the project. So these are the things that we should be like looking forward to improve the real-time positioning and tracking systems, provide the user to experience in the design well before construction, which enables to incorporate feedback, Incorporating these tools as a part of an education system will expose the students to practical issues well before coming into the profession. Deteriorated and dilapidated heritage buildings with time could be experienced and visualized. So it could be used to revive uh, the heritage that we are losing, and we could like always preserve that and show visual make the future visualize the heritage that used to exist. Also, the complex urban fabric of the modern era, where all buildings are growing sky high and losing individuality, becoming tedious to navigate around the city. For them, these visual aided tool could work wonders. However, these tools still come with a number of limitations in the field of technology and economics. The tools need to be more user friendly, accessible, and economically viable to all the professionals and end users. The industrial production of these tools can be seen taking place only after overcoming the limitations. So this graph shows all the 25 papers, and it shows the number of work and research done in um, each of the categorizations done: urban data, design, evolution, client, user, communication, education, construction, and maintenance. Conclusion: the article synthesizes the wide variety of architecture and urban design options that are being developed, conceptualized, and is currently used in the field of architecture, augmented reality, and virtual reality. This research paper briefly describes the diverse avenues that have the scope of development or improvement under AR. Collaboration and immersion are two aspects that are being explored in the field of design, making it essential for effective data management. Reading, studying, sketching, and are important for understanding and designing for the people, but with AR and VR, a fourth dimension is added to our comprehension. Human computer interfaces is at the beginning of its era in the particular domain, and it has the potential to change the depth of our understanding about the spaces and its ergonomics. Presently, the architects are already familiar with the 2D tools that are AutoCAD and other tools, and various simulation, analysis, and management tools, which are typical VR technologies, are allowing architectural design to be virtually represented and realized before construction. AR takes things to the next level and allows these virtual visualizations to be inserted into the physical reality. It's it's a combined mixture. It's bringing the uh, physical world with the digital world and creating a new reality. I would like to thanks my professor, Dr. Madhura Yadav, Director, School of Architecture and Design, Manipal University, Jaipur, and I would also like to thank Dr. Jishtu for motivation and guidance in this. These are the sources, and I would like to thank all of you for listening.